my Christmas tree. It's the end of the year. The end of the year always marks a moment where we start to look forwards to a new chapter, new beginning, a bit of revitalization as we bid this year and goddamn this year, bid it farewell, and look towards a shinier, glossier, better 2021. So I wanted to share with you my 5 questions that I ask myself as I do my end of year reflections. And I'm a big fan of journaling. Anyone that knows me will know that I am never without a journal. I close off every day with some form of self-reflection. What have I learned today? What could I have done better? What's niggling me? How do I resolve it? Journal, journal, journal. Never without my journal. So I recommend that you grab a journal and do some self-reflection as well. It's such an important way of really stepping into best self-done, as I call it. So think about these 5 questions as they apply to you. Number 1, as you reflect on 2020, what is it that you are most proud of? And think about this across the 3 core realms of work, of love, and vitality. So thinking about what are you most proud of in terms of work accomplishments? We've had so much adversity this year. There's been such a lot to navigate that it's been new and different and challenging. And yet I bet there are nuggets of amazing success that you should feel really proud of. So sit down and think about them. What are you most proud of that you've done in a work capacity this year? And then in love, think about your relationships. Where have you formed deeper connections? Where have you healed rifts to form more solid connections? Where have you behaved in a loving, giving way that makes you feel proud as you reflect on 2020? And then finally, vitality. So important, that mind, body, soul connection, your overall health. Thinking about your nutrition, your fitness, your sleep, your overall energetic realms. What are you most proud of that you've done for yourself? So that's number 1 question. What are you most proud of in 2020? Second question is, what's the best decision that you made this year? Really think about this, because I'm such a believer that in every decision is born your destiny. So the impact of decisions that you make in a finite manner and fully commit to is huge. Think about this year, think about the decisions that you did make and how that has positively influenced the flow of your life. Think about that from the context of the impact that it had retrospectively, and then build on that power as you look forwards to 2021 in terms of how that decision has to continue to be honoured, or what decisions that you newly need to make that bolster it, that evolve it, or different decisions, but really respect the power of decision as you have your moment of reflective contemplation. Thirdly, and this is so important, what is it time to let go of? So 2020 has been a massive year for all of us in terms of letting go of being able to control things. There has been so much beyond our control. I've found this incredibly hard, being a very structured, organised, controlling type personality. I've had to really learn to release and surrender. And in fact, that's my mantra that I have taped to the wall above my desk: release and surrender. And it's interesting how when you do release and surrender, life tends to flow more fluidly and almost more easily when you just accept that things are happening. And I don't mean passivity, that's not what I condone, but just when there is something beyond your control, you simply have to accept and surrender to it. Like we have remote working, inability to travel, inability to see loved ones, and that's been tough. But we've learned to do it. We have let go. Now, as you sit here at the end of the year and look back on everything that has happened and how you're feeling right now in this moment, is there anything that you still need to let go of? So in those 3 realms of work, love, and vitality, is your work invigorating you? Do you feel impassioned by it? Do you zing out of bed every day looking forward to using your mind and delivering your work, be it creatively, intellectually, whatever? Does it actually inspire you, or do you need to let go of some aspects of it that are not enabling you to thrive? In terms of love, in terms of people around you, are there any relationships that drain you, that are depleting you? of energy? Do you need to let go of them? And then in terms of vitality, are there bad habits that you should let go of? Is there a food, a substance that is harming you? I this year had actually naughtily got back into having caffeine, and I know it's something that harms me and hurts me, and I'm very sensitive to it, and I haven't had any caffeine since the 1st of October, my birthday. It was my birthday treat to myself, and oh my goodness, I sleep amazingly. My sleep, it's just transformed my life. Even though I know this, and I write about it in my book, and I preach about it all the time, and I talk about the importance of really looking at honouring energy rhythms naturally, and that caffeine is bad for me. I slipped back into it. Anyway, I gave it up, and oh, I feel amazing. So that's a habit that I managed to let go of. But I know I've got other habits that still are not good for me, and that I need to get back into sort of better forms of it. So think about anything that you need to let go of across those 3 realms, and bring that into 2021. And then the 4th question is, when have you felt moments of real peace and serenity across this past year? When have you felt yourself in a very neutral, calm state, in a state of flow, not in frenzied productivity, not in angst, not still because you're inert with fear? I mean, real, genuine peace. Really look and examine at those moments that have brought you peace. Was it in a moment of creativity? Was it in a moment of solitude? Was it in a particular environment with a particular person doing a particular thing? When has peace descended? Really examine all the different aspects that influence that moment of peace, because you can take that forward into next year and think about how you can bring more of those pockets and bubbles that enabled you to have that peaceful moment, to have that tranquility in your soul. Bring more of that into next year. And then finally, as you sit, write, stand, ponder, and think about how you feel this year, let's fast forward 12 months. How do you want to feel at this time in 2021? What do you want to be looking back on having achieved? What do you want to be infused with emotionally? How do you want your soul to be tingling this time next year that might be different to how you're feeling right now? Because once you identify that, that gives you a goal to aim for across the next 12 months. And then you can start building out strategies that will enable you to work towards it. I'm really blessed that I can stand here and say it's been a really, really hard and challenging year on so many levels, but I feel blessed, I feel grateful, I feel really joyful, and I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful and happy to be here and having navigated this year, and I need to do some work to really think about what it is I want to feel this time next year. And that's what I'm going to be doing across this weekend with my journal, going through those 5 questions. So I hope that has inspired you and given you some guidance and some direction to really work on some contemplative areas that will enable you to zing your way into 2021. Have wonderful days and enjoy this festive downtime.